Senator Muma, you've had your opportunity. Allow other senators to ask any other supplementary questions. Senator Boni.
Mr. Speaker, there has been additional strain on the newly promoted national polytechnics, rather TTIs that have been promoted to national polytechnics, with special reference to Shemberere in Malaba Sub-County National Polytechnic and Sigalagala in Shinyalu Kolomani sub-counties. The President, while visiting us, assured us that he was going to put up a number of hostels in those institutions. Mr. Speaker, could the CS confirm how much money he has now set aside for constructing these facilities as directed by the President in those two institutions, and when is the construction going to commence? And could you reassure our students that the other areas of need, like lack of where the children can play, you go to Shemberere, we have thousands of children, they just walk up and side the road, up and down, they have nowhere to play. Same to Shikalagala, they end up going to Hayeka Market and Gambia Mwanza to take alcohol in the afternoon instead of being involved in sports. How much investment are you putting in expanding sporting areas of those two institutions? Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Honorable CS, you've noted down those questions. You'll take more, then you can respond at a go. Senator Agnes Mudama.
Thank you, Chair. I first of all want to congratulate the CS because even when he's called in committees, he appears. I've seen him appear in the Committee of Education, and so keep it up, Honorable CS, so that we don't speak like you have had senators speaking about the CS for Treasury. My question is, how long does the training for VCTs and TVETs take? How long? Is it 6 months? Is it 1 year? Is it 4 years or 3 years? Because we've seen some students being trained for 2 to 3 months and they're out, and we wonder if they can qualify with such a short time of training. And Honorable CS, there is an issue of transfers that I brought to your attention.
Senator Mudama,
if you can answer me about it
Senator
later.
Mudama,
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I've finished. I'm done. Thank you.
Honorable CS, you may proceed to respond.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The policy of upgrading polytechnics or TVET institutions to national polytechnics is that each county needs to have at least one TVET being upgraded to a national polytechnic. And once that is done, the financial implications of that particular upgrade is then assessed, and then it's included in the next financial year to ensure that the infrastructure in those institutions are developed to meet the status of national polytechnics. So I may not have the exact amounts for the allocated to the specific institutions that Senator Khalwale has referred to, that is Igalagala and Shimerere, but I undertake to check the actual figures allocated to them and then provide that answer so that I don't give the wrong information. With respect to expanding other infrastructure, including playfields, we are working with the Ministry of Sports to ensure that we have facilities provided for, because they have a sports fund that is available, to develop and acquire extra land spaces to ensure that these institutions have enough space for expansion. Senator Mudama's question, what happens in TVET institutions is that the students, the trainees, graduate using specific stages. So there are courses that take 3 months. There are skills that somebody gains by just being trained for 3 months. They are given certificates. There are diplomas that take 6 months. There are higher diplomas that take a year. There are others that take 2 years. So what we've done is that we've come up with a curricula that is specific to the needs of the students. For example, if a student wants to come and just learn masonry cannot take, for example, 6 months. So he's trained for 3 months, he gains that skill of masonry, is accredited and given a certification for that, and he can leave to go and use that skill to gain employment, then come back if he wants to learn something else, whether plastering, or he can move on like that. So it depends on what course it is. In fact, we've done what we are calling modularization of courses, where you can come in, study what you require, finish, go and gain employment somewhere else, and come back and continue learning. Because of that, we've had to pass, for example, the specific policies, including the recognition of prior learning policy, which requires that if you've been trained outside the informal program, you can come to an institution, you showcase your skill, and you are awarded a certificate in order for you to move to the next stage. So it is staged, and it's programmed depending on the course that one is taking. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Senators, we now move to question number 058. In the event that we save on time, we may come back to those honourable senators who still have supplementary questions on this particular question. The Senator for Nairobi City County, Senator Edwin Sifon.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. These are the questions. Number one, what has the government done to permanently address the root causes of the prolonged industrial action by lecturers at the Technical University of Kenya, which led to the closure of the university between 3rd February and 18th March 2025? B, could the government consider apportioning budgetary allocation to bail out the Technical University of Kenya from the prevailing financial crisis, as it did for Moi University, to forestall a collapse of the institution? And lastly, could the Cabinet Secretary also outline the government's strategy to generally address the challenges currently afflicting public universities, which include inadequate infrastructure, perennial strikes by the academic staff, and financial instability? I thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Honourable CS, you may proceed to respond. These answers have been circulated to the honourable senators. Yes. You need not read them verbatim. You may even elect to paraphrase so that we save on time. You may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. But on this one, Mr. Speaker, please allow me to read, because